Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life, with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, my gorgeous kings and queens and spiritual besties. We're back. It's me, Jess Paul, your host, your manifestation mentor, and your spiritual bestie, here to help you manifest a life that you freaking love. And we're back with another episode this week that is going to center in on money. Again, the theme until the end of 2023 into 2023 being the abundant bitches that we know we can be. So in this week's episode, we're going in on this theme that money and love are actually the same thing. They're the same frequency, they're the same energy. And if we can learn how we can be truly loving people, love ourselves, love other people, just be in this vibe of love, we're actually vibing in the frequency of money too. And this is one thing I did to completely transform my financial reality. And we're moving into this fifth dimensional way of thinking when it comes to money. And this is a lot of what is going on inside this brand new course that I'm bringing out. So this section is actually a section of this free masterclass that I did the other day, and it went down an absolute treat, you guys. So I'm really excited to share this with you. So you can actually download this free masterclass. I've got the full thing on record, on replay for you. Those of you that missed it, those of you that couldn't make it live with me, and I'm going to put the link in my show notes so you can go and grab that now. If you've enjoyed this episode and you enjoy what's going on in this episode, go ahead and watch it. And your reminder that you only have 7 days, literally a week, 7 days left. I mean, not even that really. Wait, hang on a sec. What day are we even on? I just had to go and check because sometimes I literally do not have a gauge on what day of the week it is. Yes, 7 days. So guys, my Mindset Miracles and Money program, the doors are shutting on December the 2nd. So you have 7 days left to get inside, 7 days left at this discount that I've been doing it at 10% off. So a big chunk of money off. And this is 6 whole weeks with me as your mentor, going in on your wealth consciousness, going in on your career manifesting, and going in on showing the fuck up for 2023. And I'm so excited to go into 2023 with this container of women. We've already got a container together and I would love to have you inside too. So if you want to be involved, then click the link in my show notes, drop me a DM, we can chat through everything, we can discuss payment plans together, all the things to get you inside, to get you manifesting that money, manifesting that career success, and moving into 2023 as the baddest bitch you are. So my life update before we get into today's episode. I'm moving out next week, guys. Can you fucking believe it? The time has gone so quickly. So for those of you that don't know, I'm moving to LA. I'm actually not leaving until March, but I'm moving back in with my parents for a short while whilst I get adjusted and get there. But I'm moving out my flat. This flat I've been in for a year. I manifested this flat last year, and honestly, I've got a whole story about how I manifested it, and it's been the best year for me in the sense of like what I've experienced here, living in this abundance that I created for myself, and knowing basically now that there's like, now I've done it once, I can do it again and again and again. And this is like a good reminder for us all that when we've done something once, when we've manifested something once, we're going to manifest it again, because we never go backwards. Like vibrationally, you can't go backwards. So for the fact that I manifested this flat last year and have been living in like such an abundant, like really nice area, feeling fucking great, I'm not going to go backwards from that. I'm only going to go forwards from that. So that just makes me even more excited about LA and what's going to happen in LA, and you know where I'm going to be there. And because it's always either going to be the same as what you have, or it's going to be something so much fucking better. And if you're doing this work and you're inside this community, then it's always going to be better. It's just going to get better and better and better. So so I'm moving out at the end of this month, so next week. And it's just insane. I'm so excited. Also, just to add on to this, like we've actually just gone through a Sagittarius new moon, and this is a great time for manifesting. The energy is still very much here, guys. So when you're listening to this podcast episode on the Friday, make sure that you just get manifesting. Get writing down your goals and your desires and everything that you want to bring in. Because I just feel this energy so much. We've just come out of Scorpio season, and that season is very much looking at your shadows and, you know, looking at your ego self and all of that stuff. And now we've moved into this whole new fresh energy. So if you are feeling lighter, that'll be why. And I'm using this time. Get yourself manifesting, get yourselves writing out those goals, and let's move into 2023 in the right energy, feeling fucking great, because we all deserve it. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Remember, you can go and hit me up in my DMs if you want to get in on this program, and click the link in my show notes to get the full version of this masterclass, because it was so fucking good. All of the women in there are amazing. In fact, all of the women in there are manifesting money like crazy, even like literally the day after doing this masterclass. And so if this is the kind of energy that you're getting in on a free masterclass with free content, then imagine what you're getting in on inside the actual course. It's going to be magic. So get yourselves over to those links and enjoy today's episode. Let me know how you found it in the DMs, and I'll chat to you very soon. In today's masterclass that we've got going on, obviously, you guys know it's all centered in around money mindset and money manifestation. So we really want to go in on what that actually is and how it's going to help your bank account, because at the end of the day, we're working with frequency here. We're working with vibration, and this is available for absolutely every single one of you. It doesn't matter what you do. It's really interesting to find out what you do, but it doesn't matter what you do, because everybody has the same access to this vibration. It is just an energy, right? And so we want to talk about how we can start manipulating this energy. And I know that sounds like a weird word to use, but I mean manipulating it in a loving way, so that we can be around money all the time, so that we can have money flowing to us all the time, because it's entirely possible for every single one of you. Before we get in, I want to just go through the cards that I pulled. So we actually got, the first one was Marguerite Poretti, or Poretti, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the names. These are from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck. This is really poignant, because one thing that I am incorporating into all of my work, and I have done since the beginning, but especially into my money mindset practice now more often, is this fifth dimension, this really, really loving frequency. Because one thing I always say is that love and money are exactly the same energy. They're very much the same frequencies, and we've got to look at it that way, guys, because we can distance ourselves from the energy of money because we think it's an entirely different thing. But if you're capable of being a loving person, you're capable of being an abundant person at the end of the day. So I love that we've pulled this card, because this is, she's the mystic of divine love. So that's our fifth dimensional frequency coming out there. The next card is Yeshi, and she's the Lady of Lotus born. But this is the embodiment card, guys. And for those of you that know me, embodiment is a huge part of my practice as a manifestation mentor. Embodiment just means that we become the version of us that we want to be. So for the purpose of today, it's that really abundant, wealthy, rich bitch that we all want to be, right? Embodiment is a huge part of the practice, because this is where we start playing in the quantum. And what I mean by that is we start to jump from one version of us to another version of us in a very short amount of time. In fact, right now. And this is exactly what I did. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my story in a second, so that you can kind of relate a little bit more to me, and relate and also feel how close this can be for you too. For those of you, because again, I'll ask in the chat in a minute where you're at financially, like where you feel you're at financially, but it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, every single one of you has access to this energy. So the embodiment card, right? And I love that for us, because that is a huge part of my work. And the last one is another huge part of my work. And for those of you that know me, you will know I'm very action orientated. We've got Green Tara. She is the Buddha of enlightened action. So this is the action card, guys, and you're all taking the action right now because you're all sitting on this call with me. I always say, like, if you're taking the action to work on your inner world in any way that you can, in any way that is available for you right now, you're already up there with the 10% of most successful people in this world. And you guys all are, because you're sitting on this call. So action, guys, is a huge one. And It's something that I'm very, very action orientated, and it's the reason why I've managed to call the money in, see the growth in my business, see the growth in my career that I have. But like I said, every single one of you can do the same thing. Okay, so I love that for us. They're your cards: embodiment, action, and love. So you can write that down. They're the energies that we're embodying right now on this call. So before we get into this, like get really stuck into this call, I'm going to be completely transparent with you, and you guys probably have seen online anyway, if you guys follow me on Instagram, that I've just brought out this brand new 6-week coaching container. Now, this is the first time, guys, in about a year that I have facilitated a coaching container, because I got very ill at the start of the year, and I just want to say it feels so good to be sat on a call with so many of you again. So I had to take a little step back, and in that time I learned a lot about myself. I grew a lot, and I've managed to come through with work that's coming from an entirely new perspective, it feels. And so I've brought out this course, and now this course is centered in on your wealth mindset. It's centered in on your career manifesting, your career manifestation. And it's centered in on showing the fuck up for 2023. And this is something, again, that I am constantly affirming. The more that we can show up in life and really show up for ourselves, first and foremost, but also show up for what we do in life, for what our purpose is in life, we're going to call more and more and more in. So this is what this coaching container is really all about. It's kind of turned into like a mini mastermind, guys. Like there's women on here now that have already signed up, and I'm so excited. But basically, I'm going to open up the floor for any of you guys after this masterclass to ask me any questions that you want about the course. And I also have some bonuses and some discounts on the way for you if you stay till the end of this masterclass, if you want to be in on this coaching course with me. So this course isn't just about money, but what you're getting is a 6-week online course all about wealth mindset, going in on your wealth consciousness, basically my whole entire method on how I created such a vast amount of wealth into my life, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. But you're also getting 6 weeks of live coaching calls with me. So this is what is happening at the moment, and tonight is basically the last night that I'm really hosting this discount and putting this discount on for you. And I've also got some of the special bonuses for you guys on this call right now. So basically, even if you're on the call now and you have been kind of eyeing this up and you want to know a bit more, then drop me a DM right now on Instagram whilst you're watching this, and we can chat through it all together, but I'll explain a bit more at the end as well. So let's get into it then, guys. So we're talking about money manifestation. Who has done some of this work before? Who's completely new? Or who's done some of this before? Let me know in the chat, just so that I can kind of get an idea. You can get engaged on like where we're all at right now. Hey Becca, I think I said hi yet. New to this, okay. And it's absolutely fine if you're new to it, guys, because we're gonna go from the beginning. I always do this because even those of you that have worked with me before, and even those of you that, know a little bit about this, we have to go back to basics. I do all the time too. Yes, Kira, hello. I try to manifest, but I feel like it doesn't always work. Charlotte, we're going to go in on that, girl. Done it with you and made loads of money. Yes, Kate. She did as well. She manifested a 20k raise in her work. So this just goes to show, guys, that it really does work. So I've got a mixture of people here that have gone through my academy, that have worked with me before. And so you guys know the score. But again, the fact you're sitting on this call now is amazing, because we always can be learning new things and, and keeping up with this maintenance. So whether you've done some before or you're completely new to this, it doesn't matter. We're going to go from the beginning. Money manifestation, guys, is a process. Manifestation in general, guys, is a process of bringing your imagination into the physical. It's a process of bringing something that is in this imaginative realm, in your brain, in your head, in your mind, into this 3D world that we live in. So with money, it's a process of us doing the inner work around money, which I'm going to get into, and then seeing it in our bank accounts, actually having it in our bank accounts at the end of the day. And what we're working with here is we're working with the law of attraction. We're working with the universal laws, the law of attraction, the law of vibration. These are probably two of the most common ones. The law of attraction being that your beliefs and your energy create your reality. So whatever you're believing about money, whatever you're believing about your bank account, about wealthy people, about wealth mindset in general, that's what you're going to be calling into your life, as well as the energy you're holding around that. Are you feeling good about it or are you feeling bad about it, right? So when we fully transform that, that's how we can really work with the law of attraction and manipulate that energy. And law of vibration is just basically states that everything has a frequency. So I have a frequency, you guys are all vibrating at a frequency. You know, like this crystal has a frequency. God, there's so many things around me. This mug has a frequency. Everything has a frequency, guys. And depending on what that frequency is, and so therefore money also has a frequency. Depending on what that frequency is, if we can match that frequency, then we're going to see it in our 3D world. We're going to call it in. We're going to manifest it, okay? So really what we're talking about today is how to match the frequency of money. Now, for those of you that are new, you might be thinking, what the fuck are you going on about, Jess? You might be thinking, I do not understand. What is this vibration thing? What is, the frequency of money? As I said before, money and love are very similar frequencies. If you know what it means to love yourself, if you know what it means to love other people, if you're a very loving, caring person and you embody a lot of love in your life, you can do the same thing with money, okay? It really is the same energy. What gets in our way is what we believe about money. Now, there are so many blocks that we have around money, guys. There are so many conditions that are placed on us since we were very, very little children around money. Because money and love are probably two of the most resistant energies in this universe. They're probably two of the most resistant energies in this world that we live in. And the reason for that is because they're two energies that we really fucking want. And of course we really want money, because money is there to help us live, to help us survive. If we didn't have money, we wouldn't be able to eat. We wouldn't be able to have a roof over our head. We wouldn't be able to do all of these things that we actually require money for. So money isn't just there to thrive. Money is there for us to survive. Now, what I want you guys to know is that we don't just have to be at a survival level with this. We're born truly abundant. We're born as love. We're born as money. We're born as these energies, right? Now, this is the reason we are so resistant around it, because when we don't have the money in our life, when we don't have the love in our life, how do we feel? Put it in the chat. How do you feel when you look at your bank account and there's not much money in there? How do you feel when a friend has betrayed you, or someone's been mean to you, or you look in the mirror and you don't like the way you look? Because it's all the same energy, because that's all we're working with here. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Scared, unworthy, frustrated, anxious, lost. Yeah. Nervous, scared and out of control. Oh gosh, that's that feeling of being out of control. Confused, deflated, fed up. I felt that before. Unhappy, afraid and anxious, frustrated. Yes, frustrated is definitely a feeling that I tend to feel quite often too. So we're feeling all these really, really low frequencies because the fact is we were born incredibly wealthy in our energetic field, right? And I know that might sound a little bit weird, but we were born with that energy of abundance. So when we don't feel abundant, we're actually running away from who we truly are. Now, in life, because there is so much fear around money and so much negative conditioning around money, if you think about it, people saying things like, money doesn't grow on trees, we've got to save for a rainy day just in case, or even money is evil, money is wrong, we shouldn't be focusing on the money, these sorts of things. That was one thing that I always heard, and one thing that I truly believed in my life was that as an actor, I shouldn't be thinking about the money. I should be thinking about the love of my craft. It should be about the love of the art. But if money and love are the same thing, then surely that means I'm focusing on money too.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.